Hey guys, welcome back. As promised, I wanted to show you guys the final install of the wood stove. As you can tell, it is running and it's getting very warm and nice and toasty in here. It snowed a couple days ago, so we still have a bunch of snow. It's like in the 30s. So before the sun goes down, I started it up to see if I can warm it up. But I got my fan and my thermometer on here, and it's working great. But let me show you how I installed it and how I cut a hole in my roof to put this stove here. So here's this video. Hey guys, welcome back to another bus build. I have another video for you today. My head is cut off. It's like I need like a wider lens or something. Let's see, how can I fix that? Oh, there we go. Hey, new lenses are fun. Now you can see me. Welcome back, guys. So today we're working on, as promised, I'm going to finish up my wood stove and cut a hole in the roof and get this bad boy fired up and warm up the bus, so that way we can work inside during the winter, because it is December 3rd and it is gonna start getting cold here pretty soon. Today is a beautiful day, but don't let old Colorado fool you. But what we're gonna do to start off is, there is this panel right up here that has to go. I have to spray paint my heat shield that's gonna go above right here. I'm gonna paint it the same black, and then we'll do the really terrifying thing of cutting the hole in the ceiling. So we'll see how that turns out, and as always, we'll go from there. Alright, so before I get to removing this top panel that came with the bus, I'm going to move everything out of the way and start taking that down. Then I'll measure how big I need. I have a piece of the tin metal roof that I was telling you about, and see how it's going to fit up top in like that curve, and then paint it, and then pre-drill a hole or something for it. Maybe I should drill the hole first before I paint it, that way I don't mess up the paint, but we'll see how that goes. Alright guys, now that I got everything out of the way and I can focus on taking this piece off, it's basically the air vent platform, because it has holes down in here, and I guess it blew the AC down onto the passengers. I'm keeping a lot of it for the cabinets that I'm going to put in, but I just need this section to go because I don't want it here, and I want it out of the way. I want it very nice and open for the hot, because I know heat rises and the top is the biggest thing I want to focus on. And so what we'll do is, they're riveted in here. I don't know if you can see, but I'll zoom you in a little bit, but there are rivets right here, and on the underside, and even on up through this aluminum tracking here as well. So we'll go ahead and start taking those off and see how it turns out. So the best way to get these rivets out that I found in the bus is to use a step-up bit, and this just seems to want to grab onto them better than any type of drill bit that I have. So I've been using it, and I'm going to continue to use it. So we'll get the rest of these off and get this down. Hey! And that's how you do it. Alright guys, now that I got that out, that was a little bit more painful than it was, than I thought it was going to be, but I got it out, and so much more space it seemed. But I still want to put cabinets up, so this is the only place it's going to be where I'll take these shelf things off. So next step here is I have a sample of the tin roof, and that's basically how wide it is. So what I need to do now is figure out how short I need to cut it and if it'll fit. So there's this channel here, this aluminum that I decided to keep. I'm gonna put this right there and just see how much I need to take off and stick it right on here. So that will be my entire like heat shield thing. So it looks like wear a hat or protective gear, people. Alright guys, so I cut it down already. All I did was I used a pair of tin snips and just bent it as I went. It's not the cleanest looking cut, but that's okay because it's going to be hidden by this bracket. So we'll go ahead and test fit it here. Make sure this is what I want. So we'll push this back as far as we can. Yeah, goes right in there. Pop that out. And I like that. I think it's gonna be nice. And so when I take my insulated pipe, I can just put it straight up on it and trace it out, cut it, and that's where I'm gonna put it. So let's try to cut the big one, which will take a little bit longer, but it's gonna fill up this entire width of the stove. So. Okay, we're gonna try to attempt to put this up and see if this will work. I think I have the right amount of space. Slides in one. There we go. All right. I think that looks good. Yeah, what do you think? Now that I have the heat panel up on the top, fun fact is the bus is kind of tilting at an angle, so I tried to use like a plumb bob to see if I can get it center directly over the flue. But since the bus is slightly at an angle, the plumb bob goes not directly over it from here because it's not perfectly level. So that didn't work. So what I did is I took just a really long straight edge, this is just a leveler, and stuck it down in there and got it as straight and as level as I possibly could, basically lining it up the closest I could get to center, And if it's off a little bit, that's okay, because I can move the stove around. The good thing about that is the stove is not locked down to the floor yet, so I have some wiggle room there. But yeah, I think it's time to do the scary part and drill through the roof. Yep. Let's do that. Here goes nothing. Alright guys, now that I got some holes drilled into the roof, which is super scary because now my roof is no longer waterproof, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the piece that I cut out of the fiberglass and use that as a template to trace out where I want to cut, and yeah, then we'll make the bigger hole and see if the flue fits. All right, guys, here we go. Now we have a hole in the roof, so there's no turning back now. Oh wow, super blue sky though. So I thought, it's a tad bit too small. So it is just a tad bit small, which is good to know. It's good to make a smaller cut than a too big of a cut. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place it here. I'm gonna draw around it, and then I'm gonna cut outside that line. That way it drops down just fine. And then we'll have a pipe that can fall down there pretty easily. Alright guys, so I'm going to drop this in and we'll see how it fits. All right, looks like it fits. Hell yeah, that'll work. All right, guys, I got the hole cut out for this for the top piece, and then I also painted the other side black, so it will match the bottom portion. So let's see if we can get this up here and match the hole. I hope it works. Alright, I think that's gonna work. So the next step is to make sure that we can have this fit. This is what goes on the roof and keeps it watertight and no water comes in. So it definitely will fit on the last ring or the last two rings, but it won't stretch out enough to fit the whole thing. I just got the wrong size, but your boy don't have any money to go out and buy another one. So I'm gonna make this one work. What we'll do is we'll cut it, make sure it fits somewhat before I really hanker down and push down on this one. And then we'll drill holes into this through the roof, and that should stay up there just fine. So we'll cut this down to size. It even has like little, you can't tell probably, but it's got little measurements on it, and you can just cut this to size and see if that works at all. So we'll do that and then on to the next thing. Alright guys, so that sun just went down, so it's gonna start getting pretty chilly. But I got a portion of this weather seal on here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop it down in the hole and kind of shimmy it down and see how far I need to go. Alright guys, now that I got this all the way down, I'm gonna put some silicone under the lips here. I'm gonna squish that down really good, and then I'm gonna put some self drilling screws in there, and they are weather sealed, so they'll hopefully keep the water out. So let's test this out and do that. Alright, and I'm gonna do the corners first and then go along the side here. Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed that video as much as I enjoyed building it, or making it. Now I have enough heat to keep me warm, and I can work during the winter and hopefully knock out more of these things and projects that I need to do. I'm getting really close to finishing like the living room / kitchen area. Once all this is done, we'll move back to the to the bedroom and get all that set up, and then see when I could start be livable. Then I have to find a piece of property, and then I can start that journey, but that's for another time. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you join me for the next build. See ya.